In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a controversial topic, and that is why gardening is not taught in schools. You will think gardening is one of the most essential skills that you can learn in your life. Grow your own food. What can be more important than growing your own food? Isn't the school system meant to teach you the fundamental things that you need in order to succeed in this world? But yet, they do not tell you anything about gardening. They don't teach you nothing. Well, in today's episode, I'm going to be giving you the 3 main reasons why I think gardening is not taught in schools. And guess what? They are going to surprise you. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, let's get started with reason number 1. And reason number 1 is gardening is not part of the system's agenda. What do I mean by the system? Maybe you're new to my channel. Maybe you just opened your eyes. You were living under a rock, and now all of a sudden you care about where your food's coming from. You care about yourself. You want to be your own person. So what is the system? Just go ahead and turn your TV on. Watch the news for about 5 minutes. That is the system. If you still don't know what the system is, well, go outside. Go to your closest supermarket. Look around, walk around, watch people. That is the system. And that is what I mean when I mention the system. What do I mean by the system's agenda? Well, the system is designed for you to be a worker bee. The system wants you to be a doctor. The system wants you to be a lawyer. The system wants you to work for somebody else, make somebody else rich. The system wants you to be a consumer. They don't want you to be a provider. And that is exactly what gardening does for you. It will make you self-reliant, self-sufficient. It will make you a provider because you'll be growing food that not only benefits you, it benefits everybody else around you. And that is against the system's agenda. And that is one of the main reasons why gardening is a threat. And that is why they do not teach it in schools. And that is why gardening is one of the hardest things that you can actually learn in this world. Even though it's one of the easiest ones to actually do. Just look at me. About 7-8 years ago, I had no idea how to water anything, how to grow anything. 99% of you right now know more about gardening than I did when I first started growing plants. And I'm living proof that gardening is that easy. Just water your plants. But something that easy is so difficult to learn because of all the misinformation out there. And that is how the system likes it. They want the easy stuff to look very difficult, to be extremely hard for you to learn, to see the actual truth past all the misinformation. Because I would say 9 out of 10 videos out there is brainwash stuff, people trying to sell you stuff, just a bunch of misinformation that does not even help you with anything. All it does is just confuse you, and then guess what? When you're confused, your plants are going to die. Alright guys, so that was reason number 1. Let's talk about reason number 2, and that is chemicals. Alright, so what does chemicals have to do with the government? The system not teaching you gardening in school? Well, check this out. If you don't know how to grow your own food, what are you going to be getting your food? You're going to go to the supermarket, right? Because you trust the supermarket. You trust them to sell you healthy stuff that has no chemicals that are going to harm you, right? So who is telling you those chemicals are safe or not safe? The same system that is not teaching you gardening in schools. The good thing about the system though, I don't like the system. I have to live in it. I have no choice. I'm just a sheep, just like you are. We have no say. I just deal with my animals and my plants. But check this out. The only good thing about the system that I found out, I would say recently, in the past year or 2, is the system cannot lie to you directly. It's weird like that. They have to tell you the truth. I don't know what religion they follow or why this is, but the truth is out there. You just have to look for it. Now, what I want you to do is, now that you know the truth, I want you to look up all these chemicals that they put in our food supply. All the chemicals that they use to give the color to the vegetables that you buy at the stores. All the chemicals they use to preserve your foods longer so they don't spoil, so they ship better, so they grow faster. I want you to look them all up, okay? And I want you to look at all the side effects that those chemicals actually are supposed to do to you. And then come back to this video and comment below. Your eyes will open. You will wake up. And if you refuse to wake up, well, that's on you, because I'm here taking my time to teach you something, to try to wake you up. All those chemicals out there, how do you know that they are safe to use? You know, all these vegetables they grow in the stores, even if they are organic, they still use chemicals. They just use less chemicals. How do you know they are safe for you? You know your plants uptake all these chemicals, and then your plants will put those chemicals into the vegetables and the fruits that you eat. And then you eat that stuff. That stuff goes into your body. How do you know those chemicals are safe for you to eat? You don't. You're relying on the same system to tell you what's safe and what is not. In my honest opinion, the reason they don't teach gardening in school is to keep you reliant on the system to supply your food. So that way the system can do whatever they want. They can put whatever chemicals they feel like. And those chemicals, in my opinion, are the reason why we are all sick. That's the reason why we are all asleep. That's the reason why we are all compliant, or at least most of us. And that is the reason why we are all dumb, because of these chemicals. I can tell you, personally, I have felt a change since I actually started watching what I eat, or where my food is coming from. A lot of the fruits that I grow in my garden, I've been eating them for the past few years. And I can tell you, the way I think, my mindset has changed drastically since I started gardening. And I believe one of the reasons for that is because I'm actually eating less chemicals supplied by the system. And these chemicals were the ones that kept me asleep. They are the ones that actually kept me dumb. And that is the reason why I could not think outside the box. That is the reason why I agreed with everything the news told me. But since I started growing my own stuff at my house and eating my own fruits from my own trees, the ones that actually took care of myself, that I put my sweat, my blood into, it just feels different. My mind is open. I can think better. I can think a lot more clear than I used to. And I can tell you, if you start gardening and growing your own food supply, or at least watching where your food supply is coming from, you will also feel the same effects. Reason number 3, guys, and that is control. Check this out. Gardening is not just about growing your own food, being self-sufficient, saving money, healthier life, live longer. It's not just about that. There are so many hidden benefits to gardening that you have not even thought about. And one of those benefits is community. When you grow food, whether that be fruits like I do, or vegetables, one of the things that you are actually going to experience is you're going to start talking to more people. You're going to be more social. And you're going to share your stuff that you grew with everybody that you know. And if those people grow as well, they will share their crops with you. And that right there will form a community. People will unite. Gardening is the universal language. Even if you cannot communicate with somebody, if they show up with a fruit they grew in the garden, they will smile. You will smile. It will make them happy. You will be happy. So guess what? That is a threat to the system, because gardening forms communities. Gardening unites people. And that is the biggest threat to the system that we live in, because divided people are a lot easier to control than united. Just think about it. Think about the world we live in right now. If everybody was united, if everybody got along, which gardening can actually do you think we will have all this madness going on all around us? No, we will not. And whether you believe what I say or not, I'm right on this one. If everybody united, it will be a better world. Not just for us humans, but also for the environment. and the animals as well. But yes, guys, and I think that is one of the main reasons why gardening is not taught in school. They would rather teach you useless stuff in schools, um, instead of something useful like growing your own vegetables. Like I said before, gardening is one of the easiest things that you can do in your life, but it's also one of the hardest ones to start with, especially if you do not have the right information. And that is one of the things that I've noticed about anything that goes against the system. They don't outright say it's a lie. What they like to do is they like to flood everything with misinformation. So that way you don't know what's real and what's not real, making it extremely hard to see what's truly happening in this world. But anyways, guys, if you like my video, don't forget to like it. And like I said, comment below, post your own reasons why gardening is not taught in schools. And as always, I will see you next time.